Hello, hello. How are you doing, wonderful people? I hope your day is going really well. Running a little late this morning, sorry about that. Try to set things up just so, but oh goodness. Okay, for anybody who is new here, oh, there's a kitty. There is the Boo Boo Zen kitty. Yes. How is the kitty doing? How are you doing, sweetheart? How are you doing, good boy? Boo Boo, hey, come here. Hey, how are you? How are you, sweetness? Oh, okay, we're going to... Come here. Hi, how are you? The people missed you. Oh, where are you going? You are so good. Yes, you are. Yes, he's the good boy. All right, we're going to get just a pile of fur. But, oh, he's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's the good boo-boo. Good kitty. Good kitty. Good kitty. You are just such a sweetheart. You are just such a sweetie. Such a sweetie. Good boy. Oh, you see something outside. Oh, I don't know that there's any space back there, sweetie. Oh, we're going around the long way. Hi. Angels and fur, yes. Hello, good kitten. How are you? Come over here. Yes, I'm sure, good boy. No, no. Okay, we're going down. All right. Hello, everybody. If you are new here, that was Boo Boo Zen Kitty. And he is one of my two cats. But just wanted to let you know that usually I'm here every day at noon Central Time. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We spend the first 10 minutes just talking or playing with the cat, and I gather up your, hang on. I gather your questions and political questions, and then spend the rest of the hour. Oh, my Wham nails going today. Are they day glow? I was kind of doing a March green kind of thing, but sure. Bismo, I like it. It's the true, yeah, these are pretty day glow now that I think of it. The grass green can be kind of day glow. I like it. I like it. And I like the kitty. Hey, hey, cuteness. So anyway, answer political questions. And, all right, let's put this back up since we have a kitty to watch. Yes. All right, while I get your questions, you can look at the kitty, because he's a cutie. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. All right, very springy nails, yes. Soon St. Patrick's Day. Will the full moon in Virgo help with the health problems we're experiencing? Harry's mom, actually, a Virgo is, you know what a neat freak I am? And, that's, sorry, I just got distracted by something in the chat. You know what a neat freak I am? And Virgo is a sign of the craftsman. And even though the sign, different countries have signs as well. America's the big mom of the Zodiac, Cancer. England, UK rather, is Capricorn. It's the big dad of the Zodiac. And they're across from each other. They're kind of linked forever. But no matter what chart anybody shows me, you cannot tell me that Japan is not Virgo. You can't. You cannot tell them. I don't care what you say, because that is the most Virgo country ever. They are extraordinary craftspeople. And everything in their culture is crafted just so. And they also have this self-doubt that comes with Virgo, with that perfectionism. So So if there's a full moon in Virgo with that sort of energy, that culmination, I would think it would be a lot of cleaning, tidying, organizing, things like that. And if your body can do that, great. But generally in our actions, it just kind of makes it easier to clean. Like, just get the feeling. Just think I'll clean a little bit more. But anyway, yeah, I have seen that photo that you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't know if it's real. Okay, I'm looking. DOJ launched an investigation into Glenwood Resource Center. Oh, Donnie, I don't know anything about that. I'll have to look that up. That's disgusting. My moon is in Virgo. Kathy, do you feel a need, an emotional need to do any kind of Virgo-y kind of things? Erik Prince, Spy Network. There we go. Let's read on that. Erik Prince. Spy Network. Liberal groups. Okay. Salome, my moon is in Leo, a terrible chart. Oh no, okay, hang on, everybody, pause. So say the lime green nails. To quote Mystery Science Theater from many years ago, I am a mean lime green fighting machine. Oh, there's a pumpkin. Hello, pumpkin. Hello, sweetheart. Anyway, you don't have a terrible chart. Nobody has a terrible chart. Seriously. Because a chart, the best way to think of it is a chart is like your looks. You play up the parts you like the best. You kind of downplay the parts you don't maybe care for as much. But it's more than that, because your chart gives you power. You are the walking embodiment of, I mean, think of the universe. Okay, this is where we're starting today with astrology. Okay. Think of how vast the universe is. All right. You have, of course, you've got the Earth, solar system, Milky Way, Kitty. You have the we're kind of, and then if you really look at the big picture, you start seeing that they're almost like strands through the depths of space, and we are kind of between some bigger strands. We're kind of in a backwoods, kind of in the universe. And the universe is expanding, not from a center point, but from every point at the same time. And it is expanding so fast that we can only see to a certain point. To the point where at that distance, the universe is expanding faster than light, faster than anything. And so, well, not anything, but faster than light. And as far as what's beyond that, when you start thinking about, what is the edge of the universe, we don't know. There are theories, but we don't know. It's so vast. The one thing, the best, most accurately named thing ever is space. Seriously, space. There is so much space. Okay, so think about that. All right, it's just gargantuan, unbelievably large thing. Okay. When you were born, you were sort of like a an unprocessed X-ray plate. And when you left your mother's energy field, it's like the universe went zap. And your energy, in many respects, is being heavily influenced, if not centrally influenced, while you're on Earth. That you are you are the embodiment of this time, this place in space-time. This place in time is place in space. I know that I just said the same thing, but that is magnificent. With all the universe, and you think, oh, but there are like 7 billion people on the planet. No. Do you know how big the universe is? I mean, we can't even wrap our heads around it. And 7 billion is nothing. It's nothing. It's not even a blip. But you yourself, you are this embodiment of this amazing place, and it's an amazing spot in time and space. And that's what your energy in this life is. So when it looks like, okay, well, I've got too many squares. If I've got a T-square. Oh boy, do I have a T-square. That's T-square. I need a piece of paper. Oh, where's my... Goodness, I am really discombobulated today. Is it Mercury in retrograde? Or as my friend says, Mercury in Gatorade? Is it Mercury in Gatorade? And I don't know where I've got paper, so I'm just going to grab... Oh, look, I've got one of these left over. Whoops! Look! I have one of these handy. These are available. They're on Patreon. They're for free. You can just go get one. It's an image you can print out. Talking about astrology. If, let's say this midheaven, let's say that, okay, this is 360 degrees. Anything that's at 90 degrees, and that could be anything. You could have a planet here and a planet there, and they would be at 90 degrees. They'd be 90 degrees away from each other. But you can think of this 90 degrees here. It's a nice visualization. Well, so it just turns out that because coincidentally, I have things on my descendant, on my ascendant, and my midheaven isn't straight up, it's at an angle, but I've got a planet at 90 degrees. So I have got, remember, Saturn looks like a 5. Jupiter looks like a 4. Mercury's just bedazzled. It's got lots of stuff. And then Mars. Okay, even though it's not, this is important. This isn't just about me. This is about you. This is about you out there and people you know. Yeah. Mercury is Venus is the sign of the female. Here, Venus is a sign of the female. Mercury is a sign of the female with a little neat little crown on top, because of course. Anyway, I have this in my chart. Okay. This is tough. This is not, yes, full of squares and oppositions, exactly. I mean, this is tough because this is an energetic, it's like an overload, which, and what happened is that because I've got my sun here and I've got my, whoops, I can't draw at an angle. Okay, I've got my moon over here. And these are 120 degrees away from each other. I've got my my sun about here, I've got my moon about here, right? And that's in a trine. It's 120 degrees away from each other. And so that's very, very comfortable energy back and forth. But I explain it as this is like a ship in my, okay, so just picture, I should probably just get a big old, okay, I'm gonna use a big old red Sharpie because it's the first thing I grabbed. Okay, this is a ship. We're going to get to the political stuff, but this might help you deal with stuff in your own chart or people you know, because it comes up. Trust me. Okay. All right, for the sun, moon, and then I have this stellium. A stellium is a grouping of 3 planets or more. Okay. Just go with me here. Okay. You can even picture this because it's like a ship, and we're gonna pretend that that's like a sail on a mast. Okay, and because this just happens to be sitting on my ascendant and descendant line right here. Okay. I have this, it's like I sit in a hammock, it's like I've got the comfort of this hammock inside this ship. And as the planets move across and they set off one of these points where you have various planets hitting these points, as things come around, hit there, it sets this off. It sets off this overload. It hits here, it sets off this overload. It's over here, it sets off this overload. So, and I have found that anytime, even though this doesn't make a, unfortunately, this doesn't make a trine to here. I wish it did. It's not quite right. It doesn't work. I have found that I tend to be drawn to people who have something down here, some kind of aspect that gives nice energy to this Mars, because it's like a relief being around them. Okay, so yeah, and it looks like an Egyptian sailing boat to me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going for here. So this is just up on deck. It's like always storming on deck. Always. Which is why I have these rules and guidelines I live by. Number 1 is keep your word. Number 2 is drama belongs in fiction. Because you'd think, oh, you must be a drama queen. Au contraire. Drama, I've got Mercury, Venus, Neptune, all together right here. And I like to write. I write fiction. And the drama belongs in fiction, not in my life. So when you can think of it this way, right? So you've got this going on. Now, when you're younger, this is tough. This is tough because you're not used to it. But as you get older and you just have things they hit these points over and over and over the years, you start getting used to it. They don't affect you quite as much. The day, what was it? It was in February. I had one day where I just kept dropping things, and I just kept, it's because the sun was sitting right here over this. So it was setting this off. And that just happens, and I'll drop things. But once you can harness this power, once you start being able to use, it's like, okay, creating fiction, organizing, acting on this energy. Aha. In that case, it can really propel you. It can really help you. Okay? So, I remember. It was because I was saying in early February, was it early February? No, it's at the end of February, beginning of Pisces. Because my Mars is right at the beginning of Pisces. I don't remember having a good Valentine's Day. and I don't like the height of summer, never have. Well, it's only later that I realized that this happens at about February 21st, and then the sun is down here, so it itself is creating this, what's called a grand cross. The transit creates this grand cross in August. So, if you're like, oh my gosh, I have a terrible chart. I have all of these 90-degree angles. I have all of these oppositions. It's awful. It's not awful. It's not. Because you learn, this, in my case, my chart just happens to kind of look like a boat with a mast. And you learn to sail it. You learn to use it on the water, and then as it were, and what happens is you end up being excellent at doing this. If you just keep working on it, you are super powered. You just have to learn to use the energy. Okay? So I know that at these 4 points of the year, it's going to be extra oomph. And it's like, all right, let's do this thing. All right? So please don't ever say that you have a bad chart. Or look at somebody's chart and be like, oh gosh. Because let me tell you, Donald Trump has some really good stuff in his chart. He really does. I mean, heaven knows he's got the luck of the devil. It's what you do with what you have. Okay? So, whatever your chart looks like, it is your ship. And I bet it can do great things. Absolutely. Anyway. All right. So that is that. Let's go on to political readings. And hopefully I haven't lost too many of you. Okay, Erik Prince, Spy Network. What else? Moon in Scorpio. Oh, Nancy. My moon was almost full at birth, deep thought, dark moment, intuitive. Chiron in Virgo. Gemini, Sun, Libra, rising. Most of my planets are Scorpio. Power. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which rules plutonium. Oh, you're most welcome. And plutonium can either warm an entire vast city and warm every little kitty toe and create and warm tea and allow for just wonderful greatness and comfort. Or it can explode and make the whole place uninhabitable for 10,000 years. And that is the Scorpio's choice every day. Yes. It is, some say it is I know these are fighting words, but some say that it is the most powerful sign in the Zodiac. Which is why, if it's misused, it can be scary. Where is karma? It needs to kick in. Oh, I hear you. Oh, Lanat, Moon in Cancer, bunch of planets in Virgo. Would be buddies. I've got a Scorpio sun, but it's in the 6th house. So it's the house of Virgo. So I've always got this background of Virgo. Plus Saturn on my ascendant, which is why I'm always wearing black. And it helps with the Virgo wanting to organize everything. Anyway, my inner mantra is you don't need to say that. Oh, is that your SAS 78? Is that your inner mantra because you have a Sagittarius Mercury like I do, and you just blurt stuff out? Every once in a while, just blah, truth. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. Mine is think before you speak. Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, geez, my uncle's a Scorpio. He's always getting arrested for gambling stuff. Oh, probably has a not nice. He probably has some heavy duty stuff going on with Neptune in his chart. and or 5th house, which is gaming, gambling. Oh, there's a kitty. Oh, and he likes the light. Yes, he does. He likes the light. He is a good boy. Hello, Boo-Boo. All right, we're asking about Erik, Prince, and... Oh, we're talking about astrology today. That's okay. Oh, rising sign is... I'm trying to see around the cat. Saturn in Virgo, Pisces sun. I'm a creative with a huge issue with perfectionism. Oh, Lynette, seriously. Did we just become best friends? My rising sign is on a cusp, so is my sun. Is that increased energy or decreased? It's a little bit of both. You can get a flavor of the other sign, but people will often actually stick to the sign that whatever it's in is in, which is kind of odd because the constellations themselves aren't exactly, I mean, if you like look at a star chart, it's not like this constellation is exactly 30 degrees of the 360 degree circle. This isn't one is exactly 30. This is, but it just works. That's the thing about astrology. It doesn't make any, why would it work? But it does. I don't, you know, and it's like, and in progressions, solar arcs, which is, I think of like progressions really, what, you know, why would that work? It's bad enough astrology doesn't work. Why would progressions work? But if you like look, I know from experience, you go through and it's like, oh yeah, that happened and that happened and that happened and that happened. Just like on my sun progressed out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. As soon as it did that, boom, my father came home and said, we're moving overseas. Sagittarius is the sign of travel. It's like, there you go. I mean, I can just go through my life and I don't know why it works. It's quite frustrating because I can't go, oh yes, because I like to explain things. I like to say. Autumn, what video editing software do I use? When I am editing, I haven't been editing since I started doing these live streams, but I use Filmora. It's just, it's simple. It's a one-time fee kind of thing. And I also, for video, for graphic images, I use either, I either use Canva or canva.com, or, you're going to love this, I have quite possibly the world's oldest version of Photoshop Elements. It's like Photoshop Elements 7. I mean, it's like this far above Paint. I mean, it's just, right, do you remember that? Remember that on your computer, the program Paint? Yeah, it's like this much above that. And that's what I've made all of my covers that are like the images, you know, Mnuchin of Versailles or Trump with his, you know, his head turning into a mushroom cloud because he's mad. All of that is, Photoshop Elements 7, which is a million years old. Kitty, oh, geez, you okay? He's like, but I want to go to my bed and I can't get through that way. You are the good boy. You are precious. I'm thinking Leo since it's all about the ego. I wouldn't think Taurus. Equal house or whole house is better. I don't do equal house. I think it works better when it's more accurate. So I've got a massive 6th house and a massive 12th house, but then I've got smaller other houses. I have Photoshop Elements 7 too, Texicana. It's great, isn't it? It's amazing. I use GIMP. GIMP is good. GIMP is good. I got used to Photoshop Elements and I'm still using it. And I just, you know, have to cross my fingers every time the computer has a new Windows has a new update. It's like, oh, please still work. Oh, please still work. This is great. We're talking about astrology. I love this. Taurus is about money. It's about the material things. Taurus grows things. The three earth signs. Taurus grows things. Virgo crafts things. Capricorn makes it expensive. Gemini is not necessarily about lying. Gemini is about communication and talking, which is why if, like, my oldest sister's a Gemini, and we just always kind of look at her, it's like, yep, that's her. Because, what was it, the last, what do you call it, Super Bowl. I asked her, I was like, so what are you doing for the Super Bowl? And she's like, I don't know, I think I'm just going to stay home. And I said, who are you and what did you do with my sister? And her husband was standing there and he said, I know, right? What do you mean you're just going to sit at home? You never sit at home. My sister, who's a Gemini, literally, she will set up a party at her house. And you'll go and you'll be there and you'll be mingling and she'll make sure everybody's okay. And then after a little while, it's like, oh, where's, and her husband's probably maybe there, maybe not. But it's like, oh, where is she? Oh, she went to a party down the street. It's just has to talk, she was a communications major. And it's like, yes, because you are a Gemini. Scorpio is about power. Yeah. It can be. It is. Think of Pluto, plutonium. And it's not like Leo power, like, look at me, I am the sun, I am the center, I'm so great. It's more that underworld, life and death, where the gold is and the darkness, but the intensity and the, water. Think of water signs. You've got Cancer is kind of the crab on the seashore, kind of skittering sideways when you try to go at it directly because it's just trying to protect itself. And it's got this hard outer shell, but inside it's all gushy because it's trying to protect itself because inside it's all very soft. That's Cancer. Pisces, you've got the dolphin, where you can see it's intelligent, but it's in the waves and the spirituality and the at one with the world and the universe kind of, and a kind of gentleness. And we're not going to go too far into that metaphor because dolphins are actually vicious, especially male dolphins are particularly vicious creatures. But just the idea of the dolphin, And then you've got Scorpio, the other water sign, which is 2,000 feet down where the fish don't have eyes. And it's dark. And it's under all that pressure. And it's like, yes, I can withstand this because I'm a Scorpio. Anyway, Sun Leo, Moon Scorpio, Virgo rising. Sun Leo. Interesting. I would think like, Vicky, I would think like Leo, I'm thinking, the Sun King. Moon Scorpio, emotional needs, I'm thinking like a intense is usually the word most often used. Also, when I was a teenager, I remember I was actually overseas and I was standing next to a Dutch girl I was friends with. Her name was Mechthild. It's a Dutch name, old Dutch name. And she happened to be a Scorpio too, and somebody was nearby and said, what's a Scorpio's favorite word? I don't know why it came up. And both she and I at the exact same moment said, mine. And we looked at each other like, oh, that's okay. And that wasn't even her first language, and it's mine. So, so you've got the sun, the king, but you've got that intensity and that protectiveness and the passion and then rising Virgo, which would keep things organized. So it's like you'd be a good ruler. I think when I think of Sun Leos, and when I think of Sun Leos, I think of, okay, what kind of king or queen are you? So, sorry, I just skipped down. I'm just looking. Pluto's in Scorpio. which explains why I communicate from the other side as an intuitive. Okay. And I'm currently reading tarot and Lenormand cards. It has its ups and downs, but working on it. Good. Good, good, good. Scorpio Sun, Libra Moon, Capricorn Rising. Wow. You know, I've noticed there was a... This is turning into astrology talk. I noticed that on one of the... I look at some of the astrology like forums online. And by the way, okay, seriously, I have a question for you. Does anybody, I mean anybody, know how you can sign up for the Linda Goodman forum? Because I have sent them an email. I've tried. You go to this thing. You say go here, sign up, and it's like we're not accepting people at this time. It's like okay, and I try back, and I try back, and I try, and I've been trying back for years, and I've sent them emails, and I never got anything back, and I'm just, it's how are there all those people, and some people are like, oh, I'm new. I'm like, how are you new? So the Linda Goodman forum is a huge wealth of astrological information because it's people saying, okay, I've got this, or I have a question about this. What's your experience? So it's really real world stuff, but I can't get on. I can't. It's very frustrating anyway. But one of the things they were talking about recently was someone was talking about their astrology with a celebrity and the synastry, the way their chart and somebody else's chart would work together. And this person was saying, you know, if I knew this person, would get along really well. And other people were almost like patting this person on the head. I'm assuming, I think it was a woman, but it didn't have to be. But they were patting her on the head almost. And it's like, yes, a celebrity. You know, you think you're going to be with a celebrity or what have you. And it's like, I'll make a comment, or make a note about the Pope's health. But they were kind of patting her head, yeah, celebrity. And I'm just sitting there. It's like, you guys are missing the point. And I couldn't say anything because I can't join the forum. But the thing about celebrities, and the thing is that as you're going through your life, different people are going to bring out different sides of you, different parts of you. It's just how it is. You meet people and you end up being more studious. You meet other people, you end up being more, fun-loving or talkative, and it's because their chart is interacting with yours. And generally, when there's a celebrity, and it can be anybody, it could be an actor, musician, artist, it could be a painter from 400 years ago. It doesn't matter. Generally speaking, people will tend to, their fans will tend to be people who have charts that resonate well with theirs in some way. So it's, all you guys are sitting there talking about, you've got Scorpio, you've got Cancer, you've got some Virgo, you've got Gemini. But I'm seeing a lot of, especially Scorpio, Cancer, and Gemini. And I'm surprised there isn't more Sagittarius, because those are the four signs are really in my chart. So, and it's funny that so many of you are Scorpios. I mean, Scorpios also like psychic stuff and tarot stuff, and because they want the knowledge, they want what's going on behind the scenes. Thank you, Sienna. I'm loving that you're here. I'm loving that you're all here. But the thing about celebrities is you will be attracted to some people's work because their energy resonates well with yours. And there are times, it helps explain a lot. I mean, I can think of, there was, I shouldn't admit this, why not? I've got a Mercury in Sagittarius. I admit far too much. So I'll just admit this too. There was a person, there was a man who came to some prominence, and I was like, wow, okay, why is that person affecting me when I'm like what, 15, 20 years older than they are, that normally I'm just like, forget it, forget it, forget it. 10 years in either direction is a good rule of thumb. And I'm like 15, 20, between 15 and 20, we're no. But why is this person, I just look at it, why am I being affected by this person? So it's like, all right, look at the chart. And I go and look at the chart, it's like, oh, that's it, that explains it. And I could see exactly why it was hitting. They had their Pluto right on one of my angles, and it was like, aha, okay, I get it. And it's like, okay. And then I can just move on. So if somebody's, also the thing about celebrity is that, and this is just a mundane thing, that with celebrities, if you yourself were put on camera to talk about something you'd created, so it's something you can talk about, and someone had spent a lot of money to do your hair, your makeup, wear nice clothes, to get good angles in your photographs, good lighting, professional photographers, and then write articles, glowing articles about you in the media. If all of that happens to you and you are not attractive, somebody's not doing their job. So it's the fact that you are attracted to a celebrity, it doesn't mean you're going to be with the celebrity, but it makes sense. And it's, I don't look down on anybody who has like a celebrity crush. As long as they realize it's a celebrity crush and they realize what's going on, it's like, well, this person is being made to look extremely attractive, and this person's chart is resonating with yours. Well, of course. And then you get on with your life, you know? So, yeah, so I don't look down on anything like that. And also, there are people whose charts will resonate with yours. It's like, oh, great, you know, we have all these things in common. And I found this out because I go to, actually, let's look at the kitty. Since we're just talking for right now, let's just look at the kitty. Sometimes I go to AstroTheme. Every once in a while, I'll go to astrotheme.com, and I will actually go in, and because I've put my own information in there, and I'll go in and I'll search for people with certain aspects that will complement my chart, and then I'll get like a list, and I'll like go down the list, and it's how I find new music I like, because I'll find musicians, I'll find actors, I'll find artists, I'll find you know, all kinds of people, and I go down the list, and then I'll go look at what they're doing, and I end up in places I never would have been otherwise, which is really interesting. But usually there is often something there that kind of resonates with me a little, at least a little. Jean is asking, if Trump has a lucky chart, why is he so mean and narcissistic? The luck has nothing to do with his meanness and narcissism, which is also about what I was about to say about looking for people who have complementary astrology with me. This is the same topic, because what I discovered is that just because somebody has good astrology with you, they may be somebody you don't want anything to do with, because they are using their power for evil. They just are. And like I could have sworn there was like one person who came up in the list of like, oh, you'd like, you know, you would resonate, you might like work by this person or that person, or you know, there's this sports figure. It's like, I don't pay attention to sports, but okay. Or or, you know, there's this person, and I'm like, who is that? I've never heard of them. And I click and I find out, yes, this person is a murderer who escaped from prison. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I can look at their chart and I can see the good that's there, but they've taken the negativity and they've just embraced it. And they've decided to use, that charming aspect to be a con artist, or they've decided to use, their gift of whatever, whether it's leadership, communication. Trump has his Sun and Uranus are in the same place. They're conjunct. That's what it's called when things are in the same place. They're conjunct. Uranus rules the media, and that's his thing. Your Sun is your core self. Uranus is the media, among other things, but that's really the part he focuses on. And it's both. Thank you, Janice. Thank you. And they're both sitting in Gemini, the sign of communication. So, I mean, if it was sitting in like Aquarius, you might, well, that's also very media heavy. But there are other signs where perhaps Uranus, it would be more the humanitarian side coming out. But no, they're in Gemini. Communications, Sun, Uranus, and it's media. Media. And then I want to say, I don't have his chart in front of me, but I want to say his Jupiter is trine. Is that right? Isn't his Jupiter trine? I'll have to look. But that would give him, that power used wrongly is still wrong. Yeah, that would give him luck in doing this. That doesn't change the belligerent Mars that's sitting on his Leo ascendant. I want to say it's a Leo Mars on his Leo ascendant. I really should get his chart in front of me. And he's decided to use that power to be a megalomaniac. Look, if you are a Leo, like I said, I first try to think of, what kind of ruler are you? And are you a benevolent ruler? Are you a tyrant? Are you and even though it's his Mars, it's his, how he does things, his force, also his masculinity is all, he has chosen to be all me. And that's his choice. So everybody has a chart. Everybody is a magnificent moment in time and space. They are the wonderful embodiment of that, which is, it's just magnificent. And then they can do with that energy what they choose to do. Queen Elizabeth's health. All right, I'll add that to the list. Okay, so might stay on a little longer today because I'm going to do these 3 readings quickly. All right, we're going to look at Erik Prince's spy network into liberal groups, the Pope's health, and the Queen's health. Has anybody found out, has Erik Prince done anything illegal? Because I'm not aware that he's done something illegal. But sorry, we're chatting about astrology. I like chatting about astrology. I really do. I should probably just do like, I don't know. Heck, I should probably just make like Sunday Astrology Day or something. I don't know. But let me do 3 quick readings here. Erik Prince. Let's see. Okie dokie. Astrology Sunday. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll do that. Trump has Mars on his Leo ascendant. Thank you, Harry's mom. I thought so. Okie dokie. Erik Prince is a mercenary. He'll do anything he has to do to get what he wants. Yes. Okay, we're doing it. Okay, in future, Astrology Sunday. Hello, cuteness. You're not allowed to have the chocolate protein shake. No, you're not, because chocolate is dangerous for kitties. Yes. There we go. Oh, sorry about the kitty butt. Sorry. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. I'm helping. What? What? I was just trying to help you. Here, go lay down. Go lay down. I was just moving the clock to help you, sweetheart. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Aw, that's a shame. Sorry about that. Just moved the clock, and he was like, nah, sorry. Is hiring spies legal to look into private people? Sienna, he is cute, and I'm guessing you don't mean Erik Prince. I'm kind of hoping you're thinking about Boo Boo Kitty. I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. Melanie's saying, "Oh my God, my cat is staring at the screen watching Boo Boos and Kitty." GM Damo is thinking about getting a vegan donut. Oh, I'm jealous. Okay. All right, Erik Prince, what's going on with this spying into liberal groups? Oh, come on, like liberal groups are, you know, anarchists from old. Six of Cups, yes, infiltrating the group. Boy, this guy's got a, seriously, this guy is twisted. He's got such a twisted view of the universe. His energy's terrible. Surprise. And I'm not going to help him much. All right, the Ten of Wands, the burden. Yes, this energy is so, yes, where the deep state, the conspiracy, the horror, the horribleness, the, you know, we're in a war kind of thing. He's always in a war kind of. It'd be interesting to look at his chart, because the burden is his, and no one's doing enough, and they're going to kill us all, and they want conservatives dead. It's like, no. And justice is actually, this feels like the courts and the deep state and everyone, and the liberal media is against us, and I'm going to use these tactics to gain information, intelligence. It's like, yes, Erik, please gain some intelligence. Please gain as much intelligence as you can. It's nothing to do with other groups. And in the end, big deal. That was a whole lot of nothing for no good reason. So that's, yeah. That's Erik. That's Erik Prince. Every time I hear his name, my brain's like, oh, Diana Prince's evil brother. I know Diana Prince doesn't have brothers. Don't go too far with that. It was a joke. Okie dokie. So, Erik Prince, yeah. I think it's Erik with a K. Could be wrong. All right, Pope's health and the Queen's health. Let's do the Pope's health. Pope Francis. Tell you, I have my family's Catholic. I am not. But I have, you know, like I said, I don't hate my family, and I'm not disrespectful of their beliefs. I don't agree with them, to a great extent, but I do believe in kindness and caring and helping others and helping the, helping the less, you know, people who haven't had the advantages I have. But I have some grudging respect for Pope Francis, because he at least, I'll give him this, he walks his talk. He doesn't, you know, wear gilded everything and I think he's above everybody else, and is, you know, just, he actually cares about the poor. And he's pro-life, but he's pro-life across the board, and that means helping the poor, helping children who, the children thing with the church, but he believes in helping, and he's against the death penalty. There's a consistency. There's even just a logical consistency. I have some respect for that. That I'm okay with. But there was just a question: is sorry, let me jump back. Is Erik Prince's own personal spy novel, is it going to affect Trump? It feels like Trump has his own problems. It feels like Erik Prince is going to have his own problems too, but that feels like all I'm getting is the whole point was to try to help figure out, to be able to better convince voters to vote to put the emperor back in the sun. But it didn't go well for him. And does it help? I'm not really getting, does it help? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I'm not really getting, does it help Trump? Trump is in a good place. It's going to, all the cards are saying it's going to take a turn for the worse. This is not literal, but this is like his financial information coming out or something like that. And then Four of Pentacles, which is all about money. It's the miser card. It's how he got his money, where he got his money, what he wasn't willing to spend money on, what he did to save money. Like like overvaluing his properties when he went to the bank and undervaluing them when he went to pay taxes, which is illegal. So that's what's going to hit Trump, not Mr. Fraud, Erik Fraud. Yeah. Pope's health, Queen's health. Pope's health. Pope Francis, how you doing? He has his issues. I'm not. This is not. Honestly, this is not quite a love fest for Pope Francis. I've got my issues, but he's got good energy. He's got a good soul. I think he truly believes what he says. His Ten of Cups, his worldview, in my opinion, is just a wee bit narrow. It's all nuclear family, yeah, little painfully traditional. But how's his health doing? Oh, look at that. He's still going to go out in the world. Any illness, if it was during the time of AIDS, if it was during the time of what's going on now, if it's he's a fighter. It says here he's a fighter, and he'll whatever he gets, he'll be able to fight. That's what I'm getting. But really what I'm getting from this is him walking his talk. Hello, sweetheart. Yes, so good, kitty. Him walking his talk, yes. Where he is he's going out among the people. And he's going out among the sick as much as he can. Because of security reasons, especially with all the mess going on in Italy right now. It's harder than normal. But it looks like he'll be okay. At least for now. I mean, he's not the youngest. None of us are getting younger. But I'll give him some credit. Even if I don't agree with you, if at least you've got some kindness in your heart and you've got some logical consistency, I'm not going to condemn you. Okay, I'll disagree with you, but I'm not going to condemn you. And thank you for actually having some consistency, as opposed to I'm the greatest Christian ever, and you can tell by my guns and the death penalty and you know, going to a neo-Nazi rally. It's like, excuse you? Okay, Queen's health. Queen Elizabeth. Whew. Boy, talk about different energy. We just went from the humble, and I do think he does have humility. I think even now he does. There's a little edge of, yeah, okay, I'm in charge now, so I need to do stuff. But I'm a man. He has a sense of, I'm a man, and I've been chosen to do this work. But you know, it is also my job to be humble before God. Then I go over to the Queen's energy, and it's pull everything together and up, sit upright. Okay, everybody, sit upright. Good posture. Stiff upper lip, which I know is a cliche about the English. But suddenly it's like, oh yes, sorry, I was slouching. And she was raised for her position, and I mean, I know her. You know, she wasn't an adult when her father became king. So it wasn't like from birth, but it was pretty close. So how's the Queen's health? She feels rock. She feels like an ancient stone block that's a part of an ancient stone building that has stood for, forever and ever. You know, she has completely aligned her energy with that. And isn't she a Taurus or something like that? That rock solid energy. How is the Queen's health as a person? Getting, she's older. She has her issues. Knight of Cups. She has good people around her who are taking care of her. This Cups can also be medical people. And this is the Knight of Cups, so it's active. It's moving. It's keeping an eye on things. You can even see it keeping an eye. Oops, it's not that. Let me turn the light so you can see better. There, can you see better? An eye, one eye, keeping an eye on her. So anyway, Queen's health. Judgment, Ace of Cups. Oh, congestion. Anybody? Sorry, I just accidentally tapped my microphone. I'm so sorry. That was a terrible noise, but I felt like I should hit my chest, like congestion. Justice. 8 of Wands. 7 of Wands. She's not as strong as Frances. She's more on the defensive. But this could be her. If you look at it in terms of health, this could to me, for some reason, this absolutely comes across to me as like a. I hate using the word phlegm, phlegmatic, congestion, and. In, out, the injustice, the very important scales being balanced between, in, out, stuffed up, sneezing, trying to cough, get stuff out. and her more on the defensive, but I'm not seeing, you know, tower and death and Renee's saying she'll be like her mother. She'll make it to 100 probably. Tough Scottish genes. Could be. Okie doke. Of course we missed you, Texicana. Somebody was asking about the Queen and Harry. Oh, it's complicated. There's definite complication there because she loves her grandsons, but at the same time, you know, it's like, I didn't see all of the Crown, but I did see the scene where when she was being coronated or she was becoming queen and her husband said, well, everyone bows to you except me. And she's like, no, you bow to me too. And I mean, she's so tied to that cornerstone. If there was a cornerstone of British traditionalism, she is absolutely, you know, wrapped herself around that, you know, chained herself to that. So let me just throw a few cards here. Sorry to bring up a bad topic, but how are you feeling about your grandson, Harry? She doesn't like chaos. And to her it is. She's so set in not only her ways, but like I said, her energy doesn't even feel entirely like her own. Which is interesting. I've never really read on her before. Her energy doesn't feel like just a person. She has melded her energy in many key ways to that traditionalism. And so it's hard to, that's never going to change. Never. So, let me see what I've got here. The Emperor. King of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Six of Swords. Oh. Blame the wife. Why is it always blame the wife? It's not like Harry was, you know, Mr. Traditional before this. And he chose who he's with, and he's choosing his own actions. Same thing is like with when people have affairs. Don't blame the person that person had an affair with. Blame the person who took a vow or is part of the family or is whatever. Don't get mad at, you know, no. But no, this isn't even like, it could be the Empress, but it doesn't, this is more the Emperor. This is more that Capricorn, you know, England's Capricorn energy of aristocracy and the monarch. Doesn't matter what the gender is, the monarch. And then you have King of Cups, Harry, who's got more, he's more emotional, he's more, he you know, more out in the world. He's got a, you know, of course he's got a cup of something and he's got his cigar or whatever. So kind of a more worldly, out about, man about town kind of energy. And then a disruptive woman. And it's like, don't blame her. He chose her. If you have an issue with what he's doing, then talk to him. And that caused strife. And they've gone. They've gone elsewhere. It's too flighty. They have taken a flighty elsewhere. Yeah, she loves her grandsons, but she cannot pull her energy off of that cornerstone, that monarchical, aristocratic bedrock of a monarchical society. She has absolutely wedded herself to that, melded herself to that. It's not even wedded, it's melded. Hello, sweetheart. Are we done? Are we done for the day? Yes. All right, and we'll start having Astrology Sundays. I'll have to go make some covers. I'll make some covers for that, so people know. So people know it's Astrology Sunday. Other than that, we will do all kinds of readings and good kitty. All right, my friends. I hope you are having a great day. I know if someone working for me was giving nasty interviews about one of my family members, they would no longer be employed. I'm not quite sure who we're talking about, but that's okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm done here for the day, but I'm gonna read the chat, and I'm gonna look at the chat and drink my protein shake, and we can chit chat for a while or here a little bit if you want, certainly, because I can read what you're saying. Astrology told me how I was to meet my husband in my own house. Did that happen, Joanne? Thank you for being here, Yolanda. Thank you. I was speaking of the royal family and their courtiers. Yeah, there we go. Yes, thank you so much, the moderators. You guys are so great. You make this possible. Thank you. Okay. Virgo calls. Yes, he came back to the neighborhood. Oh, that's cool. I would love to hear the details on that, let me tell you. Thanks, Autumn. Maybe it'll help me figure out when I'm going to meet the man for me. Hello, sweetie. He came over to dinner. How great is that? That is great. Okay. Just looking for any comments. Actually, I can stroll back up and see if I see anything, since it's kind of quiet. She should be happy their gene pool has expanded. Oh, yeah, Team Dave, I hear you on that. Mother was a tough lady. She gets it from her. Okay, we're back to that. Okay, anything else down here? Oh, let's see. If makes you feel as an outsider. What kind of fiction do you write, Autumn? Laura, right now I'm working on a humorous, cozy mystery series. Hopefully I'll have more to tell you about that in months to come. Well, it's humorous and it's a mystery. It's got it's very much a cozy element, but it's got a twist, which of course, because I like just a smattering of the thing about that I always loved about fiction, I always loved about books, was that when you sit in front of, you have a piece of paper and you have a pen, anything can happen. You can make anything happen, and as long as it's consistent, people will accept it. I mean, you could literally create a world where people can they can pull an elephant out of their sleeve, and as long as you show, well, yeah, there are ramifications of that, and then what do you do with all the elephants, and how does this start? How does it work? And okay, it was this weird magical thing, okay, but what does it do? And you explain in detail what the elephants are like, and are they traumatized? Are they happy? Are they like elephants of happiness? I mean, anything is, I'm not saying that's what I write, but anything is possible. And I have always loved that. I've always loved that. And I don't know if any of you ever actually did read The High House, that book I recommended the other day. I'm halfway through the sequel, rereading the sequel, The False House, but okay, let's see. Oh goodness, lots of people commented. Let me see. Okay, so that was your question, Laura. Sally's saying, I understand about the queen not being a full person. She's the queen. It's like the popes. They can no longer be a full person either. Okay. Joanne's still married over 40 years. Congratulations. That is so fantastic. GM Dave, when Trump met the queen, she might have thought she was interviewing a new court jester. Yeah, like the way he stood in front of her. Oh my gosh. See? And they say you can't meet anyone if you don't leave the house. There you go. DNA, terrified about the, what around here we start, it's a very smart person here, start calling the beer bug. It's, don't be terrified. Seriously, don't be terrified. I'm not going to do much on this. My videos get demonetized when I talk about this, but I wasn't here. I never discussed this. Sort of truth. The CDC is trying to get information out right now. 6 of Wands. This is often the card of victory. It's also, this also feels like going through a town and like the magic to like keep people safe. But there's panic. And people are like, oh my gosh, the way the media is talking about, the way everything's going, the fact that the government isn't doing enough about it, it's going to be the worst of the worst and the worst. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. Because this steps in and says, no, it's not. And these two cards are saying there will be a vaccine. There will be, this is just a, there's going to be a vaccine. There are going to be answers. There are going to be new ways of doing this. Technology is helping immensely get the word out and to people know. People are this, it feels like this person with her metallic arm and her spyglass there, it feels like it's connected to this Ace of Pentacles. So this is going to be okay. It's just a matter of using the technology, getting the good stuff out, the practical good stuff out. All right. So if you decide to be stuck here at this fear, you can be stuck in that fear, but people, they are getting information out, and it is going to be, ultimately, it's going to be okay. It really is. Okay? So I just want to throw that out there. Julie's saying my cat is a narcissist. I'm sorry. Did you that? It's like a redundancy department. Oh, let's see. Sharon's saying, well, I guess it's time to go upstairs and pull more carpets. Everyone have a great day. Have a great day, Sharon. Positive thought. Sounds like fun. Jean is asking us, Autumn, your clock, is something wrong with it? Writers of the world unite. Oh, Lynette, do you write as well? Cool. Lots of things. Okay, hang on. Let me catch up. Use this code word. Everyone's using crown 19 or 19. Okay. Goodness, I just really... Goodness. Okay, there I was. Okay. Sorry. In the end, we are all just stories. Ms. Mims says, light a candle for autumn, try some chamomile. It sets off my hay fever. Sorry. I like ornery old people, Jules Darramore. Sometimes I think I am one. When will I get my life partner? I wish I knew. I wish I had the answers for you guys that I could just... Seriously, if I could do more for you guys that I actually could do and still be able to pay my rent, I would love to do more for you. I just can't. Oof, at least not right now. High House, thank you for saying it again. I lost my note with the name. The Bonds. The High House by James Stoddard. Stoddard. And I like the code word idea. I read another reader. She said, stop watching the news. It gets depressing. Whatever works for you. Practicality and punctual. Jules, about the head of the CDC. I can't disagree with you there. Oh, Harry's mom, I'm so sorry about what's going on in Italy, and I'm so sorry you're stuck in the middle of that mess. Discovered that many of us on this chat are disabled. Texicana. Oh, I've had my issues. But so the sun keeps coming up. The days keep happening, you know. You can give up, or you can, that stupid sun just keeps coming up every morning. So may as well just do what good you can. That's how I look at it. Helen's saying autumn. Yes. Hi. The fact that we have a bad president that can't be trusted is why people panic. I agree. GM Dave, I really do agree with that. Because, once they start putting tests out there, more tests get out there, the numbers are going to the spike of people who have it. But that doesn't mean that the situation's going to be worse than it is now. Look for the helpers. The patron saint of this channel is Fred Rogers. And his mother always said, look for the helpers. In any catastrophe and look for the helpers. There are so many people doing good work to help. And we are going to make it through this. It's going to be okay. It really will. No, it jumped. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. GM Dave, I believe it can. I believe you can set whatever amount you want. I'll look into it, but I'm pretty sure because I looked it up for somebody. Tomorrow is another day, exactly. Harry's my autumn has the best people of all the readers. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. I like that frame of mind. Look for the helpers. Exactly. GM Dave, I'm almost positive that is how Autumn has Patreon set up. Yep, I think so. I think so too. Trump can't reason like an adult. He's a kid sweeping the broken vase under the couch, except he's 70 plus and in a worldwide health concern. Yeah. I just watched the Fred Rogers biography, Grand Fellow. He really was. We do need to remember those who don't make it, though. Absolutely, Susie. It's true. And I'm not trying to belittle what's happening, but I'm not saying it's nothing, but it's very much like a virulent strain of the flu, and you know it's going to affect people, but it's the fact that there are empty shelves at the store and there are people just going to real extremes. It's like, okay, really? Because I mean, all right, we know I can be a little over organized, but I try to make a joke of it. Maybe I don't have OCD. Maybe I have a skill set. I've got big things of toilet paper I've got this little pantry I set up in the basement, and shelves, and there are 2 sets of shelves, and I've got extra trash bags and paper towels and tissues, and I've got spaghetti sauce and pasta, and I've got a little freezer. I've got a little deep. It's actually a freezer you open from the top, but it's not that big, but it's just full up. I've got a lot of frozen vegetables, and I have nuts and packets of nuts, and I mean I've got stuff there, and I already don't like shaking people's hands. No offense, not my thing. My biggest pet peeve is people who lick their fingers and then go through paper and keep licking their finger to turn pages and things. And worse yet, my boss used to do this. And then worse yet is doing that and then handing me the paper. It's like, oh, thanks. But I just really have to, it's like, that's your job. So okay, got it. You don't complain. You just do your thing. But, oh, yuck. Right. Common sense preparedness. I wipe down in the morning, I'll often let the cats out, and every morning I grab a Clorox wipe and I wipe down the door handles on the main door that's used, because I don't live here alone, and I live in part of a house, and I just wipe down the doorknob that's used the most, and when I have groceries delivered, and when I do, I take care of them, and then I wash my hands. It's just basic stuff, and it's a lot of that. And kitty food and litter, yes, I have extra of that. Matter of fact, I have some being delivered soon. Yeah. So I think that's common sense, not OCD. Yeah, I hear you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm not the only one then with the licking of the, ugh, yick. I bought 3 12-packs of TP. Good. Oh, it's International Women's Day. Blessings to all the beautiful women here. Absolutely. There are new strains of it now. Yeah, okay. I've added wiping down the doorknobs to my nighttime routines. Exactly. These are just basic. Clean your phones, yeah. So that's really all that's needed. You know, maybe if you're not doing all of that, you know, just maybe up your stores of things a little, or your cleanliness and cleaning things up that just a little. But so much for getting work done. I'd rather be here. Oh, I hear you. I'd rather be. I love talking to you guys. Jill saying I'll be a great aunt in a few weeks. Congratulations. Excellent. Meats delivered from Butcher's Block. Everything else from Imperfect Foods. The buns, I haven't tried that yet, but I am seriously looking at it. My best friend, well, gosh, she's... How many children has she got in her house right now? 5? 4 or 5? Yeah, because she has 3 of her own, and then there were 6. 3 she took on, and yeah, it's usually 4, sometimes 5. Plus she has her husband, and yeah, they do Imperfect Foods. It makes a huge difference. They've got a lot of people in their house. She's feeding a lot of people. I travel with a can of Lysol. There you go. So, yep. All right. Well, I hope that this has helped some of you. I hope it's helped anybody. Helped anybody feel better about things, because you're not alone. And alternative health digital saying hot tea helps bunches too. You know what? After this, I'm going to fill this up with this mug my mom gave me, which I think is just so sweet. I'm going to make a cup of tea in this. And by the way, I mentioned this in passing, but I keep forgetting. I actually designed a graphic for a mug, and I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy one and see what it's like, and I'll show you what it's like. I hope it turns out okay. But it'll probably take a little while to get here. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Troll Slayer. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You guys are just the best. You are the best. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you. Okay. So, I hope your day goes really, really well. I'm going to be back tomorrow at noon Central Time in the U.S. Oh, I'm glad Joanne. Joanne is kind enough to say, has been kind enough to say, yes, you make us feel so much better. That makes my day. That makes all of this worthwhile. Maybe it's just that Pisces Mars I've got, but when I act, I want to give comfort. I want to help. I want to. It's important to me. Just riffing is very comforting. Oh, good. All right, back to cleaning. Yeah. Sharon says you have a very calming manner. That is a huge compliment. Thank you. Thank you for hanging in for so long. It was a pleasant surprise. Thank you. You guys rock. You guys rock. All right. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Hang in there. We're going to be okay. We really are. All right. Thank you.